for the You Made a Difference Advising Award. Congratulations, Jonathan. Today we're talking about Giving Tuesday at Arkansas State. Joining me today is Associate Director of Donor Engagement at A-State, Tristan Arquitt Dowler, and Nicholas Sides, Special Events Co-Chair for Volunteer A-State. Tristan and Nicholas, thank you for both joining us today.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. Tristan, I want to start with you. Tell us about yourself and how you came to Arkansas State.
So I actually went to school here in the School of Media and Journalism, and I graduated in 2019. I did a little bit of marketing when I graduated, and then the position came open in development, and I decided to come back, and I've loved being on campus ever since.
Great. Nicholas, what about yourself? Tell us about yourself, how you came to Arkansas State.
Yeah, so right now I'm a junior business administration and history major, and I'm from Newport, and that's kind of the reason why I chose Arkansas State. It's far enough away to where I can still get that out-of-home feel, but still close enough to where I can go home, visit family, have some nice dinners,
Nice meal, have somebody do your laundry for you every now and then. Exactly. Yeah. Tristan, back to you. Tell us about the Student Philanthropy Council and your role within that council.
So I'm the advisor for the Student Philanthropy Council. Our organization helps raise funds for different organizations on campus, and we teach the students about the importance of philanthropy.
Great. How many students are involved, every semester, every year within the council, and then what are these roles that the students are performing?
So we have about 35 to 40 students a year per semester. We have an executive council, so we have a president, vice president, student emergency fund fundraisers, student emergency fund director, future alumni engagement, and the list goes on.
I'm interested about that future alumni engagement. Talk a bit about what that role entails and how important it is for alumni within the philanthropy organization to get involved. So
Future Alumni Engagement, they help with the different events that the Alumni Association does. They usually come and help set up. They help greet.
Okay.
They're also at Gradstock. We give out the green philanthropy cords to every student that raises $100 during their time here on campus. And they get to wear their green cord with pride, and we're happy that they've raised that money for the school.
Yeah, it sounds great. What are the different areas the council raises money for?
So we have a program called Back the Pack, and every organization on campus can apply to have a Back the Pack, and Back the Pack is basically crowdfunding for the university. The Alumni Association will host a page on their website, and we'll help them raise funds toward travel for students or different needs for the organization.
Great. Let's get into Giving Tuesday. It's the main purpose we're chatting today. What is it about Giving Tuesday that's important in the organizations that are raising money for that day?
So Giving Tuesday is a global fundraising initiative, the whole day is, and our focus is on the Student Emergency Fund and the A-State Food Pantry. The Student Emergency Fund is a award of $500 to any student that is in need. It does not go towards tuition. It's for an emergency.
Okay.
We've had some students that suffered difficulty after the wind tornado, some kids that have their car has been broken down and they need help, the funds to fix that, just different things like that.
How do students find out more about the Student Emergency Fund?
So if you go to our student philanthropy page on the A-State website, there will be a link that says apply to the SEF, and then they'll go through an application process, and they'll answer questions on the application, and then it'll go through review, and they will get an answer from the reviewers.
Fantastic. Back on to Giving Tuesday, what are some of the on-campus activities going to be going on during that day?
So we have a table set up in the union. We'll have different little giveaways. We're doing a Yeti backpack giveaway.
Oh,
so
nice.
For a $3 donation, you get a chance to win the Yeti backpack. And then we do buttons as kind of one of our big things. Cool. And so we'll have Giving Tuesday buttons out there as well.
Great. You're also going to have people off campus probably interested in this as well. What are the opportunities for people off campus to donate and get involved, especially on Giving Tuesday?
So anyone on or off campus can donate if they go to astatealumni.org/givingtuesday. You can give to the Student Emergency Fund and the A-State Food Pantry. All funds donated go to both organizations. If you donate $20 or more, you will get a Back the Pack t-shirt like I'm wearing today.
Very nice.
And we will also have little cards at Munchies, the Social and J-Towns that'll have our QR code, and you can just scan that and donate real quick.
Great. How can people donate?
So they donate through the QR code or through the website, or if you call us, we'll even get
take
you
it down
worked
that
out
way.
like that.
Exactly. Why should students consider being part of the Student Philanthropy Council?
Well, it's a great way to network with professionals in the local region, and it just teaches you about philanthropy. There's something about giving back that really just helps you as a person and helps you in the long run when you're trying to find a career, or you might join a nonprofit yourself once you graduate college. So,
what kind of national recognition or national way of thinking of this importance of being part of Giving Tuesday as a whole?
Well, our goal is to just raise as much funds for the students and to help with their needs nationally. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Are there other schools that kind of do this as well?
Yeah, I believe every school kind of does a Giving Tuesday, and then they kind of focus on what their needs are.
What's kind of the reaction you see when students get accepted to get funds from that Student Emergency Fund, and what is that like for you as an organizational leader and the students that get involved when they see the positive results of what has happened through their philanthropy?
Well, the students that receive the funds are always so grateful. I always receive messages of how much those funds have helped them. There's a few stories that really just touch me, especially those that were affected by the wind tornado. That was such a devastating thing that happened. And then there's other things that students have had help with, like there was one girl, her computer broke, and now you can't really finish school without a computer.
Exactly.
So those funds went to helping her finish out the semester. So it's things like that that just make us want to fundraise and spread the word about the Student Emergency Fund, because at the end of the day, we're trying to help students complete school.
That's awesome. What else would you like to add? What else do we need to know, Giving Tuesday or the Student Philanthropy Council as a whole?
Well, you can join the Student Philanthropy Council if you're a student here on campus and help with us. We do a lot of fun things. We just had a scavenger hunt at our last meeting throughout the Cooper Alumni Center. And then if you'll just give on Giving Tuesday, or you can give on Giving Wednesday today.
Yeah, give any day, right?
Yes, the link is open and we're accepting donations. So,
Tristan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're going to come right back and talk to Nicholas. Tristan Arquitt Dowler and Nicholas Sides are joining me for today's A-State Connections. We'll continue the conversation after this quick timeout.
When you say experience counts, it's experience that counts for a lifetime.
Boxes, I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. Exhausted, this passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it, nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option.
The A-State Food Pantry aims to serve students, staff, and faculty with the necessary items needed to sustain a healthy and productive lifestyle. The pantry is student-led and student-run with 135 weekly volunteers.
During the 2022-2023 academic school year, the food pantry served nearly 4,000 clients, which is a 400% increase from last year. Over the summer, we saw an increased amount of individuals who came to the pantry, which means that our greatest need right now is donations.
Anyone can donate to the food pantry. You don't even have to be a member of the A-State community in order to make a donation. With the substantial growth of food pantry clients, it is urgent that we get the supplies that we need to fulfill those needs.
Every donation that is made is greatly appreciated, and by donating, you are making a tremendous impact on Red Wolves in need. For more information, you can get in contact with the A-State Food Pantry through pantry@astate.edu or 870-972-2055.
Live from the ASU-TV studios in the School of Media and Journalism, this is A-State Connections.
Welcome back to A-State Connections on KASU and ASU-TV. I'm Dustin Sullivan, sitting in for Jonathan Reeves today. We're going to continue our conversation about Giving Tuesday, and I want to turn to Nicholas Sides, who's joining us as well from Volunteer A-State and the A-State Food Pantry. Nicholas, tell us about Volunteer A-State and what is your role?
So Volunteer A-State is the on-campus organization that allows students to learn and serve. So we do a lot of different events that students, like the one we're doing right now, is taking a letter, leave a letter, where students in the downstairs in the Union can write a letter to a stranger, and then a stranger can pick it up, and then they can also write a letter. So we just do different events. We run the food pantry on campus. That's our biggest thing that we do. We're open 3 days a week for that, and we work with Red Cross and different organizations like that. And I'm the special events co-chair, so I'd kind of do those events, like to take a letter, leave a letter, just the different special events that we have each month.
Great. Let's delve more into the A-State Food Pantry. How from what you know, how did that come about in existence, and what's the primary responsibilities of it?
A-State Food Pantry, if I'm recalling correctly, came about in 2016 from an SGA resolution. I believe it was 2016, and it's been open since, and it's just been growing every year since. This has been our biggest year yet, and it's been a lot for the board, for us on the board, but we're getting through it. It's been our biggest year. We've served a little bit over 2,200 people this semester.
Kind of what's the day-to-day runnings of the food pantry, and how does that process work?
So we're open from 2 to 6, and basically clients will come in, faculty, students, whoever will come in, and they fill out a paper saying how many people live in their household, and that we have a meal option. So they have 3 different meal options to choose from, and then those are usually pre-packed for them, and they take it, get their food, and they leave.
How did you get involved in Volunteer A-State, and then all the way into the food pantry itself?
Yeah, so I got involved at the end of last semester. I knew I wanted to do something in the Leadership Center, be part of an organization, and I saw that the Volunteer A-State Executive Board applications were open. So I applied for that, and I got on the board, and I hadn't even really volunteered at the food pantry before that, but also over the summer I worked as a pack leader.
Okay.
And since I was on Volunteer A-State, I decided also to help out at the food pantry on the days that I was off from pack leader, and I fell in love with the food pantry over the summer. So that's kind of how I got involved, and I fell in love with the food pantry.
That's fantastic. Who are some of the key partners, maybe even on campus or in the community, that the food pantry works with?
Some of our main key partners, we do a lot of stuff with United Way. We do Red Cross Blood Drive. We do the Northeast Arkansas Food Bank, Arkansas Hunger Alliance. Those are probably our main partners that we work with.
Great. So remind me how many people you've served in the last year or so?
About a little bit over 2,200 people this semester.
And that includes students, faculty, staff.
Everybody, yes.
It's fantastic. What are the current needs? What do people need to know? In what ways? I know there's several other ways to help with the food pantry. What are those ways?
Some ways. I mean, we always take any donations are welcome. Probably right now, some of our biggest food needs would be like pasta, peanut butter jelly, hygiene items. That would probably be our biggest food needs. But I mean, we also take monetary donations. If you're a faculty, the Torchbearer program, we get money from that. So those are just some ways that we kind of run.
You mentioned hygiene items. What are some of those items? Because, when everybody thinks food pantry, they're thinking it's just about food and meals and things like that. But talk a bit about the involvement in getting hygiene items, and what in particular hygiene items do you guys usually hand out?
Oh yeah, we do a lot more than food. So we have hygiene items. We have shampoo, conditioner, body wash, deodorant. We do razors, face wipes, all kinds of stuff. We have products for like baby diapers, things like that. And we also even have a coat closet where students come get if they need like a shirt, shoe. I don't think we have shoes,
That's
but
awesome.
coats, pants, stuff like that.
That's awesome. How much work do you do with the local food pantries? Are there any cooperations, involvement between those two, especially the one here in NEA as well?
So we don't really do much with the local pantries. We do like the food bank. That's not necessarily a pantry. We do get food from them sometimes, but the local pantries, we don't really do much with them.
Okay. We know that Giving Tuesday is surrounded by the holiday season and things, but what are the year-round needs? You did mention the giving of food and things like that. It's not just a one-day thing. How do we give on a year-round basis?
On a year-round basis, and it's just right now. I mean, with how many people we're having come into the food pantry, it's just really just any small donation helps. I mean, we like that torchbearer program. That's like a reoccurring thing, and just. We have people that come every month and they bring different food, so that's kind of helping us run. But yeah, I mean, really just food and clothes, hygiene items, that's just our main year-round needs.
Any collaboration between Volunteer A-State and the Food Pantry and the Philanthropy Council?
Yes, actually, we just did an initiative for our organization to collect gravy packets and different other little non-perishable items and to donate to the food pantry.
Great. Nicholas, how do students get involved with Volunteer A-State and then into working the food pantry as well?
So to Volunteer A-State, so we do have a biweekly volunteer newsletter. So you can go on our Instagram and in the link tree, there's a thing to sign up for the Volunteer A-State email list, and every 2 weeks it sends out different volunteer opportunities, not only on campus but in the community that they can get involved in. And food pantry wise, we have each semester we do different rounds of applications. So here soon, I think it'll be more towards the end of this semester or beginning next semester, we'll have a new application go out for volunteers for this coming semester.
What about faculty? I know there are a lot of faculty that may want to get involved as well. How important is it for you to see not only students get involved in volunteering, but faculty and staff as well?
Yeah, it is important. I know I've seen, working at the food pantry, I've seen a lot of professors of mine come and bring donations and just being a part of that torchbearer program, like I said. But yeah, it's good to see the professors that students look up to doing that kind of work. It inspires students to do that as well.
Yeah, and definitely the faculty and the staff and even the administration, I think, will be involved. And what kind of support, we'll start with you and then we'll come to you as well. What kind of support do you get from the administration here at Arkansas State?
Support we get a lot of support, like promotion. The food pantry, I think, is promoted very well. And I think that a lot of people on campus, I think maybe that's promotion has gone up this year, and so that's maybe kind of we're getting a big uptick in people. But yeah, I think they do a good job at like showing what the food pantry is and how to get involved with it.
Tristan, what about you with the Philanthropy Council?
I believe they help with donations, and then as well as they help spread the word of the Student Emergency Fund. I know financial aid helps promote the Student Emergency Fund to those that come in for help. And we also partner with the torchbearers as well, and we have torchbearers.
Which, if a lot of people don't know, torchbearers is a way that faculty and staff can donate portions of their salary right off the bat with it in the pre-tax era, and it allows us to offer donations to any organization on campus, and it's absolutely fantastic. Nicholas, for you, besides Giving Tuesday, how do we donate at the end of to food pantry or just Volunteer A-State in general? And what are some of the other needs of just that organization besides the food pantry?
Starting off, I mean, donating to the food pantry. I mean, we're open 3 days a week from 2 to 6. So anytime anyone's there, you can come bring food. Even we've had people leave kind of bags of food out there while we're closed, and we'll come get it and we'll make sure it's good and not expired and things like that, and we'll put it on our shelves. And I mean, you can be for an organization, and we can give you a receipt, or I mean, you can just be an individual that wants to stay anonymous, and we can do that as well. Volunteer A-State, our needs, there's not too many. Mainly, we're just trying to get more people involved in volunteering, and get more students active in that space.
But at the end of the day, it's all part of Giving Tuesday, and making sure that one day a year is probably the largest donating day for both organizations. Am I correct in that? Yeah.
Yes, definitely for the Student Emergency Fund, and we partner with the Food Pantry every other year usually, or every year, and I just want to make sure people know that all the donations go to both organizations, so any donation given will go to both Food Pantry and Student Emergency Fund.
Nicholas, what else do we need to know about the Food Pantry and Volunteer A-State that you could think of?
If I just had anything to add, I think that, there's, in the country right now, there's a lot of food pantries on campus and otherwise, and I think that us, as a food pantry on campus at A-State, we're very appreciative for the support that we get from our campus and from the people. This program that we're doing now, it's just really, really good. It helps us out a lot. So I think just be aware of, there's a lot of other food pantries in the country, and we're very grateful that we get the support that we get.
All right, here we go. One last pitch from both of you. Giving Tuesday. Remind the folks, Tristan, how people can donate to the Student Philanthropy Council and how to get involved.
So Giving Tuesday is on November 28th. We'll be going all day with events in the union, and you can donate online through the A-State Alumni Association. It's astatealumni.org/givingtuesday. $20 donation, you'll get a T-shirt, and you can wear it with pride and say this T-shirt helped students at A-State.
What about social medias? How can people follow?
We have an advancement LinkedIn. It's called A-State Advancement. Okay. And then we also have a student philanthropy Instagram and Facebook page. Okay.
And Nicholas, for you, social media, how do people follow and keep up with everything going on, Volunteer A-State and the Food Pantry?
Yeah, so we do have a Volunteer A-State Volunteer A-State Instagram page, also a Facebook page. So that's where we do most of our posts through those two. Right there.
Great. And remind us on donating. How do we do that?
So, just bring it to the food pantry.
Food pantry.
You can monetary. You can send checks to the foundation. Anything helps.
It's fantastic. Thank you both for being on here today.
Thanks for having us.
That'll do it for this edition of A-State Connections. I want to thank Tristan Arquitt Dowler and Nicholas Sides for joining me today. Also want to thank instructor of creative media production, Galen Perkins, and his fantastic students who are behind the scenes running the show. Thanks to engineers Clayton Holderfield and Jacob Keene for their help as well. And thank you for watching and listening. Jonathan will be back the week after fall break at 1:30 for our last edition of A-State Connections for the semester. You can listen to this episode of A-State Connections by searching for Red Wolf Radio Podcast on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. So long, everybody.